If you clicked on this video, chances are you're going through a breakup or you just recently had a failed talking stage. Now, I have been through a couple breakups in my own life, and there are a few key lessons that I have learned from these breakups that I think you can take to apply and hopefully get over the process better and faster. So the first time I ever went through a breakup was back around my sophomore year of high school. I went through this breakup and I was completely crushed from it. For a long time, I struggled with mental health problems, and it took me a long time to get over it. I kind of fell off on a lot of the things I was doing, and I found it hard to enjoy things in life. And it also took me way too long to get over this girl. And then the most recent breakup I went through was about 2 years ago. And while I definitely was down for a bit, and of course, it hurt, I think I did come out from it a better person. I got in better shape. I started focusing on my own personal development, started focusing on my TikTok and my YouTube channel. I channeled a lot of that energy from what I believe was more of a negative situation into a positive way. So I'm going to give you my step-by-step process I developed through these situations, so if you're going through a breakup or if you ever do go through one, you can go about it in the best way possible. So step 1, you have to confront it. You must realize that you made a mistake. Even if you don't think you were part of the reason, you have to take responsibility and you have to realize where you messed up. It's important you actually sit there and you think about what went wrong, because if you don't do this, 1, you're never going to actually face it and feel the emotions of it and be able to get over it. And 2, if you don't do this, you're not going to know actually why you messed up, and you're just going to repeat the same errors in the future. Because bro, guess what? You are going to make mistakes. You are a human. This stuff is going to happen. You're going to have bad moments. You're going to mess up. You're going to fail. But the only thing that's worse than failing, that's worse than messing up, is making the same mistake over and over and over again. So sit there and ask yourself, why did this happen? Where did I go wrong? Confront the emotions, confront the feelings. Because a lot of people, they skip this step. They just kind of, throw it under the ground. They never think about it again. But if you do that, you will make the same mistake in the future and you will never actually get over it. So figure out why you messed up and don't make the same mistakes. Step 2, after you kind of confront it and you figure out what went wrong, you have to literally forget that this person exists. Now, this might seem a bit counterintuitive because I just said you have to, confront it and think about where you messed up, but this is an important step after, and let me explain why. So in the modern day with social media and everything, it can make going through breakups quite hard because you're constantly seeing, information from that other person. You're seeing their Instagram posts, them doing fun stuff. You're seeing them post on Snapchat and everything. And you constantly are hit with this reality of, dang, okay, I was with this person and now I'm no longer with them. They're having fun without me. And it makes the whole going through a breakup process a lot worse. Just think about it back in the old days. If you went through a breakup back in I don't know, the 1980s or the 1990s, right? You go through a breakup and you just delete their number and you don't really see them. Maybe see them around town every now and then, but for the most part, your relationship is over and you just don't see them again, and it makes it a lot easier. Well, nowadays, you go through a breakup and you're still seeing their Instagram posts. You're still seeing their Snapchat stories. You're still seeing them post on social media. So it makes going through the whole process a lot longer, and that's a lot worse on your mental health. So it might sound a bit weird. It might sound a bit kind of cringe, but I think honestly, it's best for your mental health and for your future if you just unadd them on social media and you just kind of forget they exist, honestly. Now, obviously, don't hear this and then be a complete asshole. If you see them in person or you ever see them around, obviously still be respectful, still be a good person, but to you, they're not someone that you still see as a potential girlfriend in the future or anything. You are moving on and you're going a new direction. Now you're okay, but what if I want to restart things with them? Well, you know what? If you want to start things back up with them, if they broke up with you, that is on them to restart things because they left you. They were the ones who broke up with you, so it's on them to start things up if they want to be with you. Because you should never, ever chase after someone who does not want to be with you, because if you do that, it will only push them away even more. Because all that shows is, hey, you can treat me however you want, you can leave me, and hey, I will still be for you. And that is not the standard. That is not the expectation you want to set for your relationships. Now, personally, I don't think you should ever get back with an ex, because an ex is an ex for a reason. But if you are going to get back with them, it must be the person who left you that starts things back up. Step 3, you need to focus on bettering yourself. Something you must understand is you attract the type of person that you are. Whether or not you want to admit it, this person left you because they likely didn't see much potential in you. They likely saw you falling off, or they had a good reason to leave you, right? Because if you were your best self, if you were at the best spot possible that you could be at for yourself in your life, they wouldn't have left you, because why would you leave someone who's in a good spot? That just doesn't make any sense. So you have to see the reality that, hey, they left me because I was not taking care of what I needed to as an individual. And you need to focus on bettering yourself in all aspects of life, because I believe that while breakups are a bad thing, while they can hurt a lot, You've seen so many people who went through a breakup and then, they became some great athlete, or they made a great song after a breakup. Shoot, you see it with like Taylor Swift all the time. She makes her best music after going through a breakup. Or there's that whole thing of like, going through a breakup and then getting shredded in the gym. Like, there are absolutely ways that while this is a negative thing, you can channel these emotions and channel these things in a very positive way. So don't be the guy who beats himself up and kicks himself down. Be the guy who asks himself, how can I get better? How can I learn from this? And how can I improve myself to become the best version of myself? Step 4, you need to talk to other girls. Okay, maybe for a month or a couple months, like right after you go through a breakup, it's completely fine to like not want anything to do with girls for a little bit. It's okay to go through a period where you're just focused on yourself and improving. But eventually you have to move on. You have to talk to other people. Because this goes back to being stuck up on your ex like we talked about earlier. If you don't talk to other people, you're not going to be able to move on. And you have to have the mindset that, hey, you know what? Even if I want my ex back, if they want to be with me, they would have to come to me. But you know what? I'm going to go talk to other girls and I'm going to go find someone who's even better, who can be the best partner for me. So after a couple months of improving yourself and focusing on yourself, don't be scared to get back in the game. Start going on dates and talking to other people, because that is ultimately what you deserve and that will help you out a lot. So if you found this video helped you, be sure to click the like and subscribe button and also turn on the post notifications so you can see more videos like these. I'll see you for the next video, bro.